Hello everyone, Ryan here. 13 by Black Sabbath. It's their 19th, that's right, 19th and final studio album. It was released sometime in 2013. So I'm going to go ahead and give the track listing here, talk about some of my favorites, all that. So, this album starts with End of the Beginning, and then it's followed by God is Dead. God is Dead with a question mark, then Loner, Zeitgeist, Age of Reason, Live Forever, Damaged Soul, and Dear Father. So, oh, and by the way, this album was produced by Rick Rubin. He's a pretty well-known producer. But as far as my favorites go, I like End of the Beginning. I remember I first heard this when I saw the movie This Is the End, which stars James Franco, Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, all those guys. It's a pretty cool comedy. I also like God is Dead. I remember when this song was first played on the radio, it offended a lot of people. I mean, obviously offended mostly people who ascribe to some kind of Christian dogma. And, I mean, I've always believed, we're all free to believe whatever we want to believe, but it's, if you're going to be offended by a song, or if you're going to be offended by something that questions your own beliefs, then maybe really you should be questioning whatever it is you actually believe in or don't believe in. I don't know, that's how I feel. Or don't question, But what I like about this song is that it's not Ozzy. He's not stating that he believes God is dead, or he poses the question to people, is God dead? Is God alive? And I like that. I like anytime a song causes people to think about something, in whatever way. So just for me, just because of that, I'm going to say God's Dead is my favorite track off this album. Yeah. And then I also like the song Loner, Age of Reason, Live Forever, Damaged Soul, and Dear Father. Dear Father, as far as I could tell, the lyrics seem to be about, they address the topic of the whole thing about how, unfortunately, so many priests have, for so long, they've gotten away with molesting children, and, usually young boys, altar boys, and within their congregation. It's pretty messed up when you think about it. But kudos to Black Sabbath for writing and recording a song that addresses this topic. And I mean, that's the way I interpreted the lyrics. Obviously, I'm open to being wrong about it, but I also like how this album is mixed and mastered. You can definitely tell that, compared to their other albums, obviously, this one is, I don't know, for me, it's just the sound quality, the overall sound quality is definitely pretty awesome. I like the guitar tracks. I like the guitar tone on this. Because usually when it comes to Black Sabbath songs, or rather the recordings on their albums, the guitar tracks, I've never been too fond of how the guitar sounds. But on this one, I actually like it. I like how it's almost like a complete throwback to the original guitar sound that they had back when they first started, and back when, Tony Iommi first started playing with them and all that. And so it's almost, for me, it seemed almost like a return to that, but then with obviously a much more modern take, a much more modern upgrade, I guess. And the drums are great too. Definitely like the drums. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if their original drummer recorded the drum tracks for this, or if they got some other guy think it might have been some other guy. And the bass tracks, I mean, wow, right away, I noticed the bass tracks right away. Since I listened to this in my car, I could just feel the bass right away booming. And in fact, I had to like adjust the settings on the stereo in my car, and it took me by surprise. I'll admit that, and definitely awesome. And of course, Ozzy's vocals are great too. Except that, you know, there may be like on some of the songs, like I wanted to hear Ozzy at least attempt to hit some higher notes, but he didn't. But I mean, you know, I figured, you know, hey, you know, it's obviously he's been singing for so long, and you know, you can't expect anybody's voice to remain crisp and in shape, and especially with the amount of drugs that Ozzy's done throughout the years. So as far as rating goes, you know, I gotta give this definitely a 5 out of 5 stars. Yeah. I mean, because so far I'm gonna say that this is my favorite Black Sabbath album. Even though I will admit I haven't listened to all of their albums. I haven't listened to all their entire catalog, and which I definitely plan on doing, hopefully sooner rather than later. But so far, I mean, for this, you know, if this really is their final studio album, I like it. It's great. It's pretty cool, pretty awesome. Don't know what else to say about it. Obviously, I know I might be very late in reviewing this album, but you know, hey, whatever. It's so yeah. Again, I give it 5 stars. Let me know, any of you listening to this, if you heard this album too. What are some of your favorite songs off this album? So yeah, that's it. So I'll do it. Thanks for watching this. Thanks for listening. As always, till next time, don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.